Sure. So the organizers asked me to say a few things about the journal, and we agreed that at this point it probably would just make more sense for me to introduce the journal than for me to describe the editorial process, since the organizers will be editing the special issue and they'll have more to say about the editorial process than I will. But I thought I would just try to give you all a sense of what the journal is, what it's doing, what we're trying to do. So we've so it's called Critical Analysis of Law, and International and Interdisciplinary Law Review. It's an interdisciplinary law journal which is only published online. We do 2 issues a year. Our very first issue came out this last spring, and as you see, if you just go to the main web page, which is at cal.library.utoronto.ca, I'll have the link sent around to everyone. But if you just go to that page, the first thing you get is our very first issue, our inaugural issue, which sort of showcases the diversity of the kinds of things we're trying to include under the rubric of critical analysis of law. So there are 8 articles in the first issue, and as you'll see, I'm not sure if that's large enough for everybody to read. So there's 8 pieces. One by Cliff Ando, who's in classics at Chicago. One by Marion Constable, who's in rhetoric at Berkeley. One by Hanok Dagan and Roy here. One by Monica Fluternick, who's a narratologist at Freiburg. Paul Halliday wrote an article on law in the archives for us. He's in law and history at UVA. Alon Harel has a piece in it. He's, as I'm sure many people here know, at Hebrew University. Jan Smits, I'm sorry?
He's not at the
Yeah, yes.
But next year, who knows?
Oh, okay, sorry. I don't know where we got that.
He is at Hebrew University.
Yes.
He's visiting this year at Tel Aviv, and this year is actually over.
All right. So he's now back there. A piece by Jan Smits, who's at Maastricht, and a piece by Marian Valverde, who's in criminology at Toronto. In fact, if you just scroll down, you get the articles themselves here. And so what we're trying to do in the journal, as I say, is to publish interdisciplinary legal scholarship. There are a number of interdisciplinary law journals out there. Virtually all of them are interdisciplinary in the sense that they publish legal scholarship in relation to some other interdiscipline, whereas what we're seeking to do is publish interdisciplinary scholarship more generally. And most of the issues that we have planned focus on a particular interdiscipline with law, but what we hope to do is publish a series of issues relating to various other disciplines that law interacts with. We're hoping to do one on law and economics, which will not simply recapitulate what normally passes for law and economics, but we'll do something more creative with that. We've got a new historical jurisprudence issue coming up very shortly, and so in general, then we're trying to publish interdisciplinary work and work which otherwise wouldn't appear in law journals. So again, a lot of the interdisciplinary work that does appear even in journals that are either mainstream law reviews or law journals that publish work in relation to some other discipline, often publish work which might appear in the kind of law journal that most people are familiar with, and what we're hoping to do is publish at least a fair quotient of scholarship that so-called mainstream law journals wouldn't be that enthusiastic about publishing. And I have to say, self-congratulatorily, I think we've done a very good job of doing that so far, and we're really excited about continuing to do that. So as I say, the journal comes out twice a year. And we're probably going to stick to that production schedule going forward. I might just say one other thing quickly about the board. So if you go to About the Journal and you go to the editorial team, you'll see that my colleague Marcus Duber and I are the 2 editors-in-chief. But we have, again, a very multidisciplinary international editorial board as well, including some of the people who wrote articles for our very first issue and a number of people in various other fields who haven't yet, although we're hoping to enlist their help as well. Janine de Lombard, who just, I'm sorry to say, left Toronto to teach on the English faculty at UC Santa Barbara. Lindsay Farmer, who's in law and history at Glasgow. Bernard Harcourt, who's at the University of Chicago.
Now Columbia.
Oh, he's gone to Columbia? All right. That's great. Bernadette Myler, who's at Stanford, and people in a number of other fields and a number of other international universities. So this is another exemplification of our effort to diversify the range of fields that are represented, including ones that are often not represented at all in the editorial boards of law journals, and representing disciplines that are often not brought into dialogue with law. So again, we're hoping to enlist their help in developing some of our other forthcoming issues, which you can find at the link over here. So the next upcoming issue includes a couple of book book symposia, one on Alan Brudner's new book, and one on Hanak Dagan's new book. Following that, issue 2.1. What have we got in 2.1? Oh, right, that's our new historical jurisprudence issue, and then 2.2. In which we're hoping to place the proceedings of this conference, along with some other things. We'll also have a book symposium as well as these materials. So I think that's probably all that it's really useful for me to say about the journal at this point. I obviously would welcome you all to have a visit, check out the stuff that we've published so far. I'm hopeful that you'll all enjoy it as much as we have so far. Thank you.
And it's
All right.
all open, so
Yeah.
you don't have to pay to get any of the materials.
Right, you don't need a password, nothing like that, right? It's all just open access online. Right, great. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, yeah.